Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Summit 6C qualifiers. We now move to the lower bracket where if you lose here, you are out. We have a best of 3 featuring Execration versus Fnatic. Both of these teams, their wall against their back, and both of these teams have a lot of high expectation placed upon them. I am Luminous and I'm joined by Hades Dota as we're bringing you guys this best of 3. And right from the get-go, we got Fnatic first picking a Nyx Assassin. Execration, no fear, will pick an OD into the Nyx, which is generally considered as an OD counter. The draft is on the way. Hades, you have watched a lot of these teams play. Who do you think is the stronger team walking into this best of 3?
For me, I would say Fnatic, because generally their performances have been more stable recently. But on the side of Execration, they are starting to pick themselves up as they are fighting their way through this losers bracket. But of course, anything can happen. This is Dota. So, oh my god, Omni Knight bad. Yeah, so Fnatic opening up whether with the Nyx Assassin and the Warlock. Right?
How many Warlocks are we gonna see tonight? This is like
I have no idea. It's like a priority pick now in the meta. I'm not sure why.
At least in the C meta, because you used to be that you see Warlock like once a year. Tonight we saw it 4 times now, or is it 3? 3 times, and we might see a couple more. This. And the funny thing is, you know, like you said, it's a priority pick.
It's interesting because I think I've seen enough Warlock this past week, more than I've seen Warlock in the past like 3 years in the competitive scene, which is very unusual. Like I don't recall him really getting that much of a buff. Maybe for upheaval, but that's usually a spell which people still don't really skill up nowadays. And Execration taking a Lifestealer. Is that an Execration thing? Or is that a Fnatic thing? Sometimes you do see them playing that, but otherwise, I think these two teams, I still stand by it that Fnatic have an edge, just in the way they've approached the game so far. Execration, we haven't been too convinced, especially since Rappy, he does struggle to find his form sometimes.
Yeah. You know, moving back to the Warlock pick real fast, I think one of the reasons that we're seeing him more and more is that right now the meta is really filled with supports that it's all about saving each other or saving your allies. Like, you know, think of the most commonly played support, Shadow Demon, Oracle, even Omni Knights moving up there, Kunkka, Elder Titan. A big common theme with them is that you go on as allies, some form of disjoint, some sort of save, some sort of heal is going to come out. And Warlock just says no to that, right? It's very much so similar to like Global Silence when the initiation happened. You just drop the rock and the AoE is so big that it prevents any kind of a save from coming out. So it really helps your team kind of zone in, lock down target, and get the quick kill, and then move on from there. In its place, a hero that we haven't seen as much, which I believe is a Traversty, is the Batrider. You know, oftentimes as the best initiator past, you know, a certain point in the game. Where is he?
Well, these teams, if they're not confident in playing against it, obviously they ban it out. But there are teams where they're so used to playing against it, where you know you pick up the Nyx Assassin, and it's a very common counter to Batrider in a way because you just walk into the Firefly, bam, and he's not the priority target for a Batrider to lasso. So he's never really a danger. He does need, and the best part is, Carapace does not break Vendetta, so you never really know where the Nyx is, and that's really good because Nyx just counters bad. And nowadays, you also see this wall coming in, like you said, the Chaotic Offering, always going to be there to disjoint those kind of team fights, stop the momentum, and you have just so many heroes which can counter against Bat as well, like, you know, Shadow Demon, Oracle, but obviously those are banned out. Execration might actually still consider picking that hero up.
Yeah, or Fnatic, right? Because they don't have to worry about Nyx Assassin, you know, messing them up. The only thing they have to worry about is the Astral Imprisonment. You know, possibly saving the ally. And we are sure that Ohio could definitely play that bat. He's been playing it for years. But for now, we are... Actually, Nyx Assassin is the offlane. Never mind, we're not going to see the bat from them. There are some teams that run the Nyx Assassin as a support, but that's pretty greedy in terms of the levels. I think we saw Ryzen doing it for MVP, but I don't think it worked out for them.
Very few teams can. Like, you have to look at a really skilled player to have very huge impact with a Nyx Assassin, especially when you're not getting good levels, you're not getting any like good farm, like as a core. So very few teams will run the Nyx Assassin. I think I've only seen Execration play Nyx Assassin support. That's usually DJ. Like we remember, I think yesterday. Was it? I can't remember. But yeah, DJ and Abed, they like to have that synergy with the Nyx Assassin and the Invoker. So yeah, this will most probably be Ohio Nyx Warlock support. We might even see a Mushi Shadow Fiend come out actually. They have traded recently.
Ooh, Axe is going to be the pickup here, and Execration
No Shadow Fiend.
running their own kind of wombo combo. Blink Axe Call into Kunkka stuff, followed up and backed up by Silencer. So very, very strong initiation. And in terms of counter initiation, they got it in spades as well. The Kunkka Bolt, very good in terms of saving allies, and they got the OD for that as well. The laning, not exactly too worrisome. Axe could duck into the jungle. The fastest farmer in the game right now in jungle, if he doesn't have a good safe lane. And I imagine he's going to start there first. So, ooh. This is going to be our Mushi hero. What do you think about that?
Medusa against OD, I always have doubts because, you know, every time the OD bashes you, Medusa, you're going to lose your mana pool. Your mana shield is not really going to keep you alive that long. And if anything, you're just going to be a walking target. And this, I don't know, it feels very weird. Like, Fnatic grouping up, I think it's okay. But it's also very risky because Execration, in terms of fights, they are able to fight very well around the global silence. So it means that there's a chance you won't get your stone gaze off, and it means you just die.
Yeah, that's definitely the worry. Silencer ulting you, in the middle of fight. With that said, though, Medusa does have access into Manta style as one of his ways to deal with that. But yeah, it is quite a dangerous pick against OD. Do you see Elder Titan being taken out here? As generally that is the Jimmy hero. Actually, Jimmy's been playing a lot of Venges nowadays. We'll see what he's going to be. Yeah. He might just be on Warlock, because that's kind of a similar laning support. Ooh, we're going to see a bounty.
He has Warlock.
Okay. So, Fnatic going for basically they're saying, look, first 10 minutes, please don't do anything to us. We're just going to farm. Maybe Bounty Hunter's going to snipe a courier or two. Maybe he's going to set up a kill here and there. But for the most part, first 10 minutes, Fnatic just want to farm, and hopefully nothing bad goes to them. Whereas Execration, they have a lot of power early. Right from the mid lane, you got OD Astro to set Kunkka Torrents up, so that's a lot of harass, a lot of kill potential. Axe could come out of jungle with a ton of farm. And we haven't even seen Execration's carry yet. Always a good time to have a carry. The very last pick. Do you want to go AM into the Medusa, or do you feel like OD has already enough mana burning capabilities?
I think AM's alright, but obviously we could try something a bit earlier if they want to snowball with the axe. Okay, wait. Okay, the Ursa is banned out, so anti-mage is still okay. And what other pick do you have to you? This is actually a tough one. They still have Slug, but Slug's kind of risky. Like going into this, the Nyx Assassin constantly stalking you. You got the track to worry about. Will they still go for Drow? It's not too late, but it's gonna be a very unusual pick. It doesn't seem like it will work out since you want the Kunkka to go rotate around. And Silencer alone against Nyx, that's a bit tricky. But they'll go for the Razor. Alright. Fighting course. They want to fight. Very, very early on. That's just Execration.
I think Razor will have a hard time finding a good static link, because there's a lot of ways for Fnatic to stop that from happening. You got the Warlock ult. Upheaval is a spell that will annoy Razor. And then you got Medusa Stone Gaze, right? Razor runs in with Link. Medusa ults. And suddenly a bed just can't stand there and tank it, right? Can you? I'm not sure. Maybe you can. So I definitely have not seen this matchup, at least not often, the Medusa versus Razor. So we'll see how it works out.
Actually, I can see this happening because a bed's gonna have an advantage. The static link range got buffed after the patch, so it's really strong, especially against ranged heroes. Like I've been playing a lot more Razor just to see how significant it is, and it's good against heroes like OD as well, because or just any ranged hero is still pretty good because of how much further the link is. So that's just, I think it's okay. I think he should have a good time, especially for the first few levels. And Mushi will struggle to get CS for a while. So that's where Razor can come online. And if you think about it, if you actually get this, I think if you get the link off, and even if you have the Stone Gaze on Medusa, you're not going to be dealing any damage output. The damage output has to come from like the rest of the team.
Huh. So, like you're mentioning, it's gonna be the Razor mid instead of the OD. This will limit Kunka's ganking potential because this combination I've been mentioning, which is OD Astro into the Kunka Torrent, it's pretty much a free guarantee setup. I wonder what the Kunka will do. He's probably will still hang out at mid and throwing at torrents, but gonna be much harder to connect them. But let's quickly introduce who is playing what. On the side of Radiant, we got Fnatic, one of the, well, at least the old kings of C, when C wasn't as stacked as it is now. We got Demon playing Warlock. We got Mushi playing mid on Medusa. Ohio playing that offlane Nyx. We got AU roaming around with Bounty Hunter, who has been given a lot of freebies. Started with boots, tangles, as well as clarities. Been given a pair of observers and sentries. And I do believe I covered... No, Raven, last but not least, playing on the safe lane Juggernaut. Do you want to introduce Execration?
Yeah, sure. On the dire set for Execration, you have Chemo playing on the Silencer, DJ playing on the Kunkka, Abed playing on the Razor, Gabby playing on the OD. Last but not least, you have Rappy playing on the Axe.
Yeah, so earlier you were talking about Rappy, at least in the drafting phase. Sometimes he has trouble getting online. Was that it?
Yeah, like how he contributes. Like I think there are some times where I've seen him, even though he has his, he already has his like an ultimate. For example, like Nyx Assassin, he already has his level 6. He doesn't exactly go straight for the for Vendetta ganks with the rest of the team, despite them or rather the space to do so. Instead, he'll go farm. He's like a farming kind of offlaner.
Okay, well, if he's looking to farm, that's probably what X wants to do, at least for the first 10 to 15 minutes, or until he gets his blink. I think the big question is whether he's going to get the Vanguard first, that we do see some players do, or, if he's going to go straight for the blink. The rest of Execration running up top here will secure themselves the room. Maybe Bounty's going to go for a snipe. Pretty hard to actually get off that snipe, especially if DJ is... Ooh, they see him. They dust him out. Can they land the torrent? Ooh, they cannot as AU eats a tree, runs to the left. He has boots, so one dust, one torrent down the drain. And I believe one smoke as well, as Dire wants to fight. This is some next level stuff. You get scouted out by Bounty, and you re-smoke up. I don't think Fnatic would be aware of this.
Oh, this could be a really good, better level 1 at least.
Ooh, they're just gonna let them take it. But then
risk.
They lose the top one. So Execration use a lot of resource. One dust, one smoke. They are switching their lanes around. Looks like we're going to see Abed going to the bottom here. He wants to be matched up against Juggernaut. And honestly, Raven's going to have a very tough time.
I think Ohio's just like, hey guys, no one's getting the rune. Something's up. So a bit of sneaky. Attempted an Execration, but pretty okay. And actually, Rappy's going to win this lane because it's going to be an Axe versus a Nyx Assassin matchup. And he's going to have a very, very good time against Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio expected to go against the Razor. Went for Boots first. The Boots is not going to help him that much in terms of, dealing with the spins. He immediately buys a Quelling Blade. I guess maybe ducking into the jungle is one of his options. But he is going to get wrecked here.
I don't think he wants to duck into the jungle. If anything, it's just to help him last it a bit easier.
Sure.
Especially since Battle Hunger is going to keep coming out. Like, it's a 1v1 matchup. You cannot afford to go to the jungle. Since your bottom tri-lane is being contested very heavily with this Razor.
Well, so far Ohio has one last hit. And I'm not sure how many he's going to get because Rappy, very easy lane for him. Just get the creep equilibrium or get the creep aggro by right-clicking on the Nyx. And now you get to extend your farm a little bit. Unfortunately, the camp has been blocked by Ohio. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, where the action will likely to break out, you got Bounty Hunter and Warlock. Honestly, not exactly the best lane-winning supports. So it's going to be a tough lane here for Fnatic.
I think Execration they did figure this out, which is why they went for the Razor pick. I can't believe I actually forgot that, Filipino teams, they do like the Razor. If anything, I think they play the most Razor compared to the other countries in the region. So this aggro tri-lane I think it'll work out for them quite nicely. So Jug's not going to be able to farm as safely as he would like. He's already losing to last hits to Abed. You can see the static link, how far that range is. He's going to steal a ton of damage. He hits like a creep now, Raven. Less than a creep.
Less than a creep. Oh, you see that? You see that creep? No last hit. It's gonna have to kind of basically kite around. Demon's like, you know, I'm just gonna get the last hit. Oh, no. Gave it to your 10 damage carry. A mistake.
Can you imagine the kind of skill you would have to last it with 10 damage? I think that's even way less than techies.
So what you're supposed to do to improve your last hit is you go into a custom lobby, you dominate that neutral creep, the little thing with the golden goblet, and you last it with that one.
Oh no, just look at that static link range. It's so long. And Raven can't do anything in this lane. This is going to be a horrible lane for him. And if Chemo and DJ watching him, this is pretty big. So, and at the same time, Axe is getting so much good farm. He can just keep the lane pushed out, go to hard, or rather go to jungle. But actually, both camps blocked out. Maybe the easy camp later on.
Yep. Ooh, Rappy taunting, thinking about the taunt. The spike, returning quite a bit of damage to Rappy. Meanwhile, action happening on bottom. This is more so harass than actually kills. My question is DJ going to rotate off of this lane, or is he going to stick to the bottom to continue to harass? DJ gets X. And now Torrent's going to fly out here. AU flies into the air. They're going to throw all the damage and the dust committed for AU. AU just runs toward a bed. Can actually get the kill. They will get the kill. Raven's spin has ended, so they don't actually get anything done.
Oh, one more hit. A bed.
Oh, lost vision here. A bed into the trees. And you saw the power of Fatal Bonds. Fatal Bonds plus spin made sure that Execration all just kind of split up and run instead of killing the bounty first. That's a lot of damage, and you definitely cannot tank that. But regardless, they do get the kill.
That's just the best case scenario, actually. So if they can keep doing this, maybe he can force the supports back. Abed has so much regen, but he definitely won't be able to stay in this lane by himself. Oh, look at all that damage stolen. Raven, negative damage. No amount of last hit practice is going to help you.
No, that will not. Gabby, in terms of the mid lane, he's kind of neck and neck with Mushi. I imagine Gabby will pull ahead as he gets higher levels, maybe when he could start harassing. But, you know, Mystic's Nig is actually one of the most annoying nukes to lane against. It scales pretty well into level 7 as well, so Gabby needs to watch out for that. Meanwhile, it looks like we do have DJ rotating atop, looking to set up a kill, but
Scout it out.
Yeah, there's a ward. And he should know that there is a ward because the camp is blocked, right? On the right side, so regardless.
Maybe they were thinking it's further inside.
Sure, like maybe over here instead.
Yeah.
No, Ohio will not get surprised by this gank. In fact, he is farming extremely well, and he needs to really help out these other lanes as soon as he picks up level 6.
They could try for the bottom lane when he hits level 6, but it's very, very hard. Oh my god, poor Raven. And you just look at the bed. He's gone for the level 2 static link, and he steals so much damage, it's going to help him, and you don't want to run into that. So even if you do try to spin to him, a bed can just static link you, destroy your supports, and then they finish you off. So how do you fight into that? Like you just said, Fnatic, they don't have strong laning supports. And Bounty Hunter, he's not able to accomplish anything since he just wasted like pretty much the whole 4 minutes at the bottom lane trying to help out the Juggernaut, and nothing, he's accomplished nothing. And this is a huge waste of time, level 2.
I feel like this is one of the more outdraft that we've seen. I mean, maybe it didn't look like outdraft as Raven continues to get linked here. It didn't really look like an outdraft at the end of the draft, but seeing how Fnatic laned it really make it seem like an outdraft. I mean, one thing they could have done is put Ohio in the safe lane and just dodged it, but pretty heavy cost to TP, you know, 2, 3, 4 heroes around.
It's still playable, it's just really hard.
No,
like Ohio to hit level 6.
Level 6 immediately goes bottom, and let's see if they accept this kill. This kill is very, very needed and very important. He doesn't have mana actually to pop his Impale. He needs to wait a couple of seconds, but unfortunately the creep wave is going the other way, so Vendetta does last quite a while, and Razor does not have support. He's pinging it out. He really needs his Abed kill. He's outside tower range, now in the tower range, will get the hit off, and now the spin will come through. Abed likely to go down here, and he will die. Important kill, they got it, and now Ohio gets himself Arcane Boots.
Big plus, so very unfortunate that Execration supports were not there at that time. Top lane now Rappy, now that the camp, the ward expired, so Rappy can farm up quicker. He's gonna build his way towards a Vanguard first, actually.
I got this. AU on the top lane, gonna get X, Torrent, they have the dunk. I don't think he even needs to Berserker Call. The dunk will fly through, thanks for the free kill, and Rappy looks like he is going to be going for the Vanguard first, which, when you have to safe lane farm like this, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I realize this is something which you usually see in the Chinese region. Like that's what the axes there do when you have safe lane farm. But in this case, you get the Vanguard. It means you can tank in the off lane quite easily against Demon and Raven. And I don't think you actually die to the spins unless you overcommit. So they can just rotate the lanes, or Rappy can try for a smoke gank soon on the middle lane against Medusa.
Yep. In fact, the rotation has already begun. Silencer on the bottom lane. Looks like he might be a little bit caught out, but no ways to break that TP. He is going to port straight home. Or then he cancels it. Juke's on you, dude. I'm fine. Hard to gank Mushi though. Mushi does have access into Zol and a haste rune. Like they can Astro into it. Ohio's here to kind of break things up. Torm will hit. Berserker's call. Perfect chain stun, and they will have the dunk? Question mark Mushi.
Haste.
Well, he's X'd.
Haste rune.
Oh, he's Astroed again. Okay, I think he said unless Ohio lands a good stun, Torn's gonna be there as well. Mushi definitely did. Okay, no dunk. And that means Ohio wouldn't die, but +2 here on Chemo. Execration, getting whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want.
Yeah, it adds up as well. Like when Chemo gets that stolen intelligence, especially from the Medusa, that's gonna help towards the late game. Quite a bit. Like these tiny details add up in Dota. So, alright, meanwhile, you know, look at Raven, he just got level 6. Man, he's so far behind. You look at Abed, he has such a good lead, but because he's rotated to the top lane now, he's gonna actually get the tier 1 top. No, it's gonna be denied. Ah, unfortunate.
Nicely done by AO. Now, there is a lot of ability to come back from Fnatic. I think if you're on the Fnatic side, you recognize that you're getting wrecked in the lane. In fact, a 2,000 gold lead here for Execration. But you have very strong team fight, and of course, you have the great equalizer, the Bounty Hunter. You win a team fight, you get 3-4 man tracks off, you're right back in it. So, right now, it's about AU getting that level 6, about Warlock getting that level 6, and about to just recover. Get whatever early game item you can, minimize your losses, and hopefully Ohio, you know, find some good ganks off. And he's gonna look to open things up with a spike. Well, there you go. It happened so fast I can't even cast it. But spike, impale, vendetta, the good stuff.
That's why when you play OD and there's a Nyx against you, you want to be very careful with the Astro Imprisonment because of how easy he can just carapace you, and then vendetta and impale, and then you're just dead. Meanwhile, you look at the supports, they just cleared on side Execration. They cleared a huge Ancient stack.
Free kill, Omni Slash, Chemo. Gives Raven a little bit of comeback goal that he needed, and now Ohio goes Invis Rune. Looking to block it. Yeah, I like this. Just small, efficient plays. And now he will move forward. Rappy, if he drops his shoes, this is how you lose your lead.
Lose your tranquils.
He's going to drop his shields. Impale to steal the creep. Well, there's still one. Well, how he will not be caught. Torn. Oof. Not going to catch him. And I got to say, for the last couple minutes, Fnatic has really fought their way back.
They need to play around the Bounty Hunter and the Nyx Assassin now. If you can force Execration to break the bank, and at the same time you are getting track kills, they can actually pull ahead really, really quickly.
Yep.
But AO doesn't have track yet, so he needs to get level 6. He just took care of the, you know, baby Wild Wings.
Ohio
Rappy will have a blink.
Ooh, the spin,
no, Rappy,
and there you go.
like this.
Double spin action, Raven. Well, the Vanguard's very, very, very tanky, but not going to be enough. Raven just fighting free kills, despite getting absolutely wrecked in lane. Already on a killing spree. 1,300 gold in the bank. Looks like he's going to go into that Yasha Manta Diffusal Blade build. Pretty standard stuff from Jug.
He's going to get so much gold. He actually got a ton of gold. Actually, I just counted that. I think he got like 600 gold just from the previous 2 kills. That's really big. And especially since Axe is doing so well, he's top of the net worth. So dying there, not ideal, but not like he had a choice. And Gabby in the mid lane, I think he's not used to the mid because we don't usually see Gabby play mid. And he's really far behind. Just completing treads will go into drums. I think they'll go for a smoke here. Yeah, with Rappy and DJ.
Gabby was quite ahead until the Nyx started to gank. And I think since then, Gabby's been playing much safer and thus like been losing a couple of creep kills here and there. And like you said, the smoke is going to come out. And this could be a very good timing for Execration because they just killed the Axe, right? So normally you assume, oh, we just killed the Axe. Maybe Blink Dagger's not ready yet. The smoke breaks. Do they have dust? Yes, they do. Ohio. Well, it's going to get everything. He's dead. I'm not sure if the global was actually necessary. Okay. Are we going to see the rock being dropped? Demon has it available to him.
They're looking for it. Chemo's joining the party as well.
Blink up. Ooh, a little bit off here, and Demon moving quite rapidly with just basic brown boots. How is he moving so fast? Oh, track moving.
Track.
Yeah. And now Raven coming from the back line. Looks like they are happy not fighting it, at least not for now.
Alright, so Mushi goes back to farming. He's actually going for a Yasha. So it's gonna be like the Manta style Medusa. Oh no.
Yeah, it's for, I think he needs to get the Manta for the global, right? Like his ultimate is so important in this game to make sure that Execration doesn't run you over. Even though it's a terrible damage item on Medusa, it's an okay defensive item, an excellent one in this case. Rappy's looking for the call. He will find it, but suddenly there's 3 or 4 heroes nearby. Torrent will hit Demon. X is going to be there as well. They're going to toss out the boat, but he does have Spike and the Rock, making sure that everyone's staying on the backline, track on multiple heroes. This is the fight that they're looking for. Raven on the front line, Chemo dropping very low. He will be the first one to go down. They dunk and they turn, so Stonegate is not really doing too much. A bed gonna get impaled here on the low ground, while taking a ton of damage. Not Rock doing so much, but here comes that Astral Imprisonment. AO will get found out here, and look at the lightning damage from a bed. But still, the Shuriken toss doing so much. A bed will also go down, and that's 2 track kills in that fight. I do believe both of them were 4 to 5 man track kills. Ohio will survive with 20 HP, and not exactly the most amazing team fight for Fnatic, but they still made some pretty big comeback. And if you look at the goal graph, we're back to 0 despite the amazing laning that Execration had.
So this is where that's why I said Rappy, he struggles to really come online. Like, yes, he's doing okay. He's found he's 3-1-1. But I think he could have taken that a bit better. Like, maybe the positioning up on there, fighting on there, getting hit by the 3-man Rock. Very unfortunate. But good play coming up from Demon to get that good chaotic offering out. But Ayo gonna scout out that movement. Oh, actually, they found him. He was too near the tower.
Yeah, and he's gonna give a freebie. That is a dunk. Yeah. The question is, can Execration make something out of this, right? Like, Execration doesn't actually have the best pushing lineup, despite having 2 range cores. So I think they're gonna get these kills, but they're not gonna get too much beyond that. Execration, though, happy to get themselves more farm time.
Oh, that's to correct it. He wasn't too near. It was just a sentry, which happened to be there and just expired. All right, so Execration now gonna push for the bottom tier 1 group up. I think they need to. Gabby is not exactly snowballing hard. Like, he doesn't have a Midas, so that he can scale very well into the late game, especially against a Medusa. And Gabby's not getting a lot of kills. He's just 1-1-1. Bottom tier 1 should be taken. Chemo has Global Silence available, so I think it's a bit tough for Fnatic to take a fight for now. But they are going to try anyways. Look at Ohio. He's going to be sneaky deaky very soon.
Yeah, the other thing about Gabby is that because there's a Nyx Assassin in the game, he's really forced into going BKB relatively early. A lot of good OD games, you want to go for that Hurricane Pike. Sometimes you add a Blink. Sometimes you even go for very offensive items like a Scythe of Ice. But this game, he needs to consider BKB quite early. That's going to slow down his damage output. That's going to slow down his farm. And like you've been mentioning, he doesn't have the best farm.
You just look at Mushi, he's pulling further and further away ahead. Like, alright, 1800 gold in his pockets. Well, should be the Manta coming up. And with the track goal, they can only pull further and further ahead. This is what I talked about regarding for Fnatic.
Mid lane, Ohio's going to set up and impale after a spike. Not going to get the kill, but oh, Dust is flying out. They're going to find AU again. And no way out unless they want to commit the Rock. They will. AU will go down regardless. Not sure how good of this Rock is. Ohio, here it comes. Oh, no impale to come through, but he got so afraid that he Astrals himself, and that means Gabby is dead. Kind of a misplay here coming from Gabby. And Raven finds himself yet another double kill. The spike will hurt Chemo a little bit, and they're going to push off of this. I take it back, Demon. Great Rock. And I guess more so off the mistake of Execration, they will win another team fight. Silver lining, no tracks in that fight.
Very unfortunate. And yeah, a lot of gold. 1400 gold swing going their way. And Rappy's just going to go back to clearing Ancients. Maybe with the Blade Mail, then they have a bit of a better luck. But even, I don't see the Blade Mail as a fight-changing item. Maybe I'm just underestimating it. But still, it's very difficult. Like, Execration, right now, they're being put into this position where Fnatic is making them use the Global Silence in a very passive manner, where they're using it just to disjoin fights. And that's not ideal. You want to use the Global Silence and dictate the pace of the game. And as this drags on, Fnatic are just going to pull further and further ahead. So Reno, smoke attempt coming out, Rappy, DJ, and Chemo.
They smoke right under a ward. AO
Ayo.
will break the ward, but doesn't matter if you smoke under it. If AO is gonna give you the freebie, AO is feeding really hard this game. Gonna get dunked again. I think that's like the 4th or 5th time that has happened. But you know, sometimes when you oh my god, Ohio's gonna get caught thanks to the ward here. They're gonna throw out the torrent.
Shit.
Oh, it's gonna get spiked though, so not a lot of damage there. It's gonna just pour it out. Do they have X available? Don't need it. Rappy on a warpath. Well, that's gonna be a Blade Mail. I do agree with you. I don't think Blade Mail is gonna do much this game. Normally it's a very good item, but you know, you don't have like a Luna or a Drow Rager on the other side where the damage output is insane. What is Zusa gonna do? Hit you with her like 80 damage? She's like whatever. So
Real tough. I would have thought maybe a Shiva's or AC is not that bad. I even would consider like a Yield Scepter just so that you can catch someone. Or it's easier to just dodge a couple of stuff.
yeah.
Especially like against the Bounty Hunter, it's good for dispelling the track as well. But maybe this is a passive item. You could have thought maybe the Shiva's it's not that bad, especially against Medusa and Juggernaut. Extra armor is always good.
The Blade Mail is very good against Jug, right? Especially if Jug is going for more of a damage build. Like imagine like Raven Mantas in a fight and he just gets Blade Mail called. Like it is not good for him. So speaking of Raven, I gotta just remind the viewers, right? If you're just joining us, Raven is 5-1-1, but he started the first 10 minutes in the game getting like 2 CS. Like oftentimes I look to the bottom lane, he has negative damage because there's a Razor in his face. The fact that he's able to recover like this is just a sign of how good he is playing the carry role.
Yep, remember True Sight, Ryan saying that Raven's the most stable and consistent carry in the C region, which he's not wrong, he is. And right now, he'll try for a bit of a push. Oh, the Mana Leak and the Carapace catching into a bed, and mana issues. He doesn't have like a bottle to keep him refilled, but okay, DJ giving the Arcane Boots so the utility conquer. Middle lane, they still want to commit for this. They have the Global Silence available, and Rappy needs to find the right call. He needs to find the right initiation. Track is going to come out. Nope, no call.
Meanwhile, the rest of the team tracked that. That's a 3-man impale. Welcome to Ravage. Fatal Bond's going to come out global. Again, defensive Yuzik Bow. It's going to fly out defensively as well. Well, it's going to hit quite a bit of people. Raven in the front line. Omni Slash is going to fly out. He will probably die on the way out. No! He survives the dunk. Will finally die to Chemo. Meanwhile, a bet in the front line. Mushi, very healthy. He's going to go forward. Will get the kill. Demon finds himself a double kill. Thank you, Fatal Bond. Ohio still looking to find a little bit more Blink Dagger off the cooldown and Impale. This one will get dodged. Nice jukes by Gabby, but team fight is already won. Maybe we're singing the praises of Raven a little bit too fast because the praises we need to be singing is Ohio. He got wrecked in lane, but as soon as he got level 6, setting up multiple kills. And boy, that Blink Dagger play was absolutely beautiful.
That was 3-man stun, straight up followed by the Chaotic Offering into the Omni Slash with the Fatal Bonds. Damage output was just amazing. It's a good play coming up for Fnatic. They executed that team fight to great extent. And now, Execration, you can see how far behind they are. Like the net worth advantage they had, which was very, very shaky and fragile. Execration will lag behind a bit. And okay, Mushi actually went back for the Lincoln Spear, so you have the defensive item. I think it's okay, like it dodges the static link. But Execration, they insist on taking this tier 1. They're going to push for it again.
Yeah. Okay, Mushi's going to get called here. The Lincoln is going to be very helpful. Stun is going to be there. Mushi gets off his ult, though. He's going to survive because of it. Rappy's in there. Ohio looking ready. Oh my god, that Pivo is going to be on top of everybody. But Demon gets caught. Demon is in the air. He will be the first one to go down. Yes, he will. The dunk not going to come out, but another 2-man impale. Rappy dropping very low. They want Gabby. Look at the mana burn. Ohio's going to spike you. Oh, he didn't actually walk close enough, but it does not matter. Spin's gonna get the kill, and Tracks again are flying out. A bed taking a ton of damage. She needs to help his team to retreat. No, they want to fight again. Raven comes in, but dodge by... Did you see Manta dodge Raven? He's a god. Raven going for the right clicks. He will win the right click war. Tracks are helping out, and now AU still looking for a little bit more. DJ looking for the torrent. It will hit a nice 2-man torrent, and that will be the end of the fight. Execration gets Demon, and they lose 3 track kills. That was almost a 3k net worth swing. My god.
And they get the tier 1 tower too. Just really good play constantly coming out from Ohio. Like, alright, you were right that we're saying that we're singing the praises too early by Raven, but Ohio, he's playing this Nyx like he's playing a Tidehunter. He's getting multiple stuns, all the time. He's getting into Execration, and this OD is always getting mana burn. He's taking so much damage. This Axe can't even find the call because every single time Ohio's just jumping to the back, finding these great stunts, stopping them, and Fnatic are just able to get so many free hits off. So you look at Mushi, his damage output is so high, courtesy of Ohio. Really, really well played by him.
Yep, and now we are going to see Mushi moving back towards the Manta style. I mean, normally when there's a Dusa in the game, you kind of just don't worry about her because she offers so little in the early game, but there is going to be an important game where, you know, she starts to hit like a truck. And I feel like Mushi, we are approaching that point rapidly. I think after the Manta style, he needs one more item before Execration taps GG, because this lineup is not designed to beat a Dusa lineup, especially if OD has the item that he does. OD has a blink and a drums. Like, that's it. This is not enough to go up against Mushi.
Yeah, he really needs a BKB as well, like you said. But I don't think he'll have the time to farm it up if it's going to be a very, very slow BKB. Like, he needs that defensive item. Meanwhile, smoke coming up from Fnatic, they're going to look to kick things up a notch. Gonna look to try and get maybe the objective, and they could actually try for Roche, but it's very slow if they do wipe Execration here.
Oh, I bet it's going to break that smoke, and I think he might break it at his own death. Trying to dodge that Impale. The Global's going to come out, but can you save I bet Astral that man? Gabby does nothing for his teammate, and now we're going to see Mushi running forward. Everybody's fade up on the rock, and looks like this Impale hits nobody. Raven moving forward, looking for the right click here. DJ taking a ton of damage. We do have the OD blinking back out. The crit's going to get the job done. Rappy being surrounded by 5 more track kills. Triple kill for Raven. Give me that update score because I want to see how much gold Fnatic made. They are making bank. Oh, another 3K.
Man, these guys are just pulling so far ahead. And even if you buy back an Execration, you can't even hold the base. There's just nothing they can do.
This could be just it. Fnatic going up the high ground. Mushi leading the charge, tanking the tower like it's nothing. They will get turned back here as AU throws off more track. Remember when he was running around just feeding? Now he has a mech, he's got 1,000 gold, and his teammates are looking to take the racks. They need Rappy back as soon as possible, okay? Blinky forwards at Gabby, but there's no follow-up.
Starting up to Raven, they're going to steal quite a bit of damage, but do they have anything? Nope, they will just destroy the fight with an Ohio Impale. So Fnatic now on the retreat. They could look for a turnaround once the static link expires. And this Blink Dagger, look at Gabby, he's having such a bad performance. I think this is actually the worst performance I'm seeing him on a core hero. Because usually he's in the safe lane.
I wonder if he's not used to playing this hero. Not Maybe. Exactly a common safe lane, you know, hero to be learning or playing.
It's tough, especially with the Nyx Assassin that's going on to you. So Fnatic, they actually haven't lost any objectives for now. They have been dictating the pace of the game. It's very, very scary. And you look at Ohio. Now that he has a Yules, there's no such thing as a global silence. He doesn't have to worry about it. And the next big thing should be Roshan. If they want to... Oh, actually, no. They can just go straight for the tier 1 bottom lane first. I just realized this was still there.
Well, I don't think it will be there for long, Hades. As
it's going to go down.
Very easy for Fnatic to roll them down. There's 3,000 gold here on Mushi. Any thoughts on what he might get here? Are we going to just go Scotty and just be like, you can't kill me?
For the jug? You mean for the jug?
No, for Mushi.
Oh, for Mushi? Yeah, I think Scotty's okay, but Butterfly...
Yeah, sure. I mean, just any kind of damage item, right? Like, even if he wants to go a little bit balls deep and get like an MKB, fine. It's just like, as long as he gets something that's an actual item, he'll be fine.
Any item is good on him at this point because they're so far ahead. All these track kills are piling up, and AO has fulfilled his purpose. Look at him, Guardian Greaves 26 minutes in. I think even if you send an axe and then a silencer onto him, they can't kill him. So right now, they're just group up, take the bottom tier 1. And it's very, very obvious what Fnatic want to do next. Just take this objective and secure Roshan, and they can just pretty much close out the game.
Raven in the front line for his team. He's got the Blink Dagger as well, so looking to go onto the squishy backline. Chemo, watch out. DJ, watch out. Raven is coming for you. We're going to see the Manta style push. Being backed up by Mushi. Immediate blink back. Smoke play. Yule Scepter finds Chemo. Chemo going to be dead. Another track kill.
And Mushi has 5,300 gold. He's so farmed with 17k net worth. And Rappy, no amount of ancient stacks gonna help you. So yeah, you can. This is why I said like Rappy, he's a very, very greedy offlaner. Like the amount of impact he contributes to the amount of farm priority he gets doesn't really balance itself out. Like it doesn't benefit the team. So this is where things are really very worrisome for them. And you look at the bed pick on the Razor, like it did work out at first for the lane, but afterwards they just didn't get together. They didn't really get to group up for the OD to get more items, or they couldn't even, just struggled so hard just to even secure a tier 1.
Alright, we're going to see Execration try to break up this Roche, but Ohio in the perfect position to break their smoke and, you know, perhaps get a Ravage off.
Maybe not.
Okay, he runs to the right side. Now we're going to swing around. Okay, they find Demon. They need a quick kill on this. Global's going to come out as well. They do get the quick clean kill. Ohio blinks on the back line, trying to set something up. That's a 2-man stun. Ohio's going to get X back. They are going to forfeit Roche. I say that, though. Roche is ticking very, very slowly on the back line. They lose Ohio as well. Fnatic. Okay, they do get the Aegis. Now, do they want to fight 3 for 4? It looks like a bed has died throughout that. There's a double damage on Mushi. And Mushi... Okay, I like that.
No, Rappy's dead. No blink dagger on him. So another track kill going their way, and...
Oh, he might be able to blink away. Yeah, he will.
Oh no, are you serious?
Meanwhile, looks like Raven able to find a kill on Chemo. So you saw what he did there? He battle hunger a creep, giving himself like, what is it, 7 or is it 11% movement speed bonus? 12. So not a lot of us would have done that. Definitely kind of a heads up play. He might still be dead. AU?
Nah, he's not getting the kill here. He's
Yeah,
way too tanky. The HP region is too high. Oh, actually, wait, I take that back.
Wait. Mushi is here. Oh, he blinks away and he's gonna survive, I think. Nope. That was close. If he had mana for battle hunger, he would have survived that one. But that was the longest chase. And Fnatic do not give away their kills quite easily.
So you look at Raven now pushing out the bottom lane. They have a creep wave, healing ward, everything at the ready. Aegis and Mushi, Execration. I don't know how you defend this. I really don't. No global silence at all.
Alright. Mushi does have that butterfly, so... Okay, they X him up. Mushi does not care. He will stand right on top of the X. Horn's gonna be there. This is the saddest feeling, watching your base go down like this, knowing that there's nothing you could do.
Sounds like life. Oh no, feels bad, man.
Feels bad. This is why I don't get to play Battle Cup on Saturday night.
Me too.
The feeling of no friends. And here we go, we're gonna see the blinking forward. Okay, Gabby blinks back, pops the BKB. The bolt is gonna hit. I'm not sure who. Ohio's gonna be there. Ohio's gonna go down, but Mushi just cock blocking the front line here with his ultimate. 1 goes down, 2 goes down, and the bed's gonna be going down as well. Yeah, Rappy's gonna be dead on the back line. GG, well play gets called out. This game was over maybe 15 to 20 minutes ago, but Execration will call it a little bit later. And that's game 1 in the books. Fnatic looking pretty strong in that mid-game recovery.
Really, really tough game. DJ, he's been trying so hard, but I think it boils down to Rappy. Like, they need that position 3 player to just have so much more impact. 7-1-1, but I think it just boiled to more crucial moments, which he just couldn't do enough by himself. So it's just really unfortunate. But anyways, yeah, game 2.
Yeah, I think a big part of that is the fact that Fnatic had 2 Invis heroes, you know, constantly scouting, constantly moving around. I mean, the Axe actually went to actively look for ganks a lot of times, but like he ran to AU like 4 times. So when your support gets to tank ganks like that, you know, and Ohio gets to walk around unimpededly to look for ganks, I think, you know, on paper it looks a lot worse. I think Rappy had a tough game, but anyways, game 2 will be coming up next. Remember, these 2 teams are fighting for a spot of survival at the C qualifiers of Summit 6. Execration need to win 2 games, and Fnatic need to win 1. We'll be back, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the broadcast, and we'll see you in a bit.